In this video, I will expose the 15 reasons why living alone in older age can be a hideous experience. Growing older is often painted as a serene, graceful phase of life, a time for reflection and relaxation. But the truth can be much harsher, especially for those who face this stage alone. The silence, it can become deafening. Everyday tasks, suddenly daunting and even dangerous. And imagine this. Deciding whether to ask for help, knowing it might mean giving up a bit of your independence. In this video, we're exposing the raw, often hidden side of what it really means to live alone in older age. Some of these insights will shock you. They reveal the unspoken hardships of aging solo, from the creeping anxieties to the real threats to well-being. But you'll also discover how, against the odds, many older adults find ways to keep their dignity, peace of mind, and resilience intact. Health concerns become more invasive. Living alone in older age means that any health scare can be terrifying. A fall, a dizzy spell, or even something minor like a cough can spiral into worry. It's not just physical pain, but the anxiety of not having anyone nearby. You start double-guessing if you should go to the doctor for every little thing, fearing that one misstep might leave you vulnerable or worse, unnoticed. Isolation and loneliness and no one to help. Loneliness is often overlooked, but studies have shown it's as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. When you're older and alone, days blend into one another with few people reaching out. You watch the seasons change, but sometimes it feels like you're on the sidelines of life. For many, the TV becomes the only conversation, which is bittersweet. It fills the silence but reminds you of its presence. No one to complain to. One of the hardest parts about aging alone is not having someone there to lean on. Life's challenges don't pause. You still experience heartaches, losses, and even regrets. Without a shoulder to lean on, these burdens can feel twice as heavy, and often there's no one there to remind you that you're not alone in feeling this way. Fear of home accidents. Accidents happen, and when you're alone, they're all the more terrifying. Whether it's a slippery bathroom floor or a loose carpet, home hazards carry new weight. There's no one to check on you or help you up if you fall, and so each creaky floorboard or wobbly chair holds a hidden fear. Financial pain. Retirement doesn't always mean financial freedom. Living alone can stretch finances thin as bills and repairs add up. There's the fear of unexpected expenses and the worry about retirement funds dwindling. And while living alone may seem cheaper on paper, the reality is it can become a financial strain over time, particularly when unexpected medical or home repair costs arise. Difficulty with daily tasks. Simple daily tasks like cooking, cleaning, or even getting dressed can become harder. Even getting out of a chair can be near impossible. Without someone to share these tasks or lend a hand, these once routine activities can feel daunting. It's a demeaning experience that can make you feel less capable, especially when there's no one to laugh off these mishaps with. The fear of being attacked and personal safety. Feeling safe in your home is essential. But living alone, especially in older age, can make you more aware of potential threats. Every knock on the door, every creak at night can lead to anxiety. There's no one to reassure you, and that alone amplifies the feeling of vulnerability. Memory loss and managing medications. Taking care of your health often means keeping up with medications, but as we age, keeping track of prescriptions can be tricky. There's no one to remind you to take them or to notice if something seems off. Missing a dose or taking the wrong one can have serious consequences, and this becomes an added stress for those living alone. Emotional burden of losing independence. Living alone is often a symbol of independence, but ironically, it can also amplify feelings of losing it. When you struggle to do things you once did with ease, it's an emotional blow. The thought of needing to ask for help can feel like giving up a piece of your independence, which can be hard to accept. Limited social interactions and the loss that comes with it can be quite challenging. The social circles we once had can shrink as we age. Friends may pass, family lives farther away, and opportunities for interaction reduce. This can lead to a sense of isolation and disconnection from society. It's not just loneliness, but a feeling that the world is moving on without you. Being overlooked by society and sometimes even ridiculed is a harsh reality. There's an unspoken stigma about growing older, and for those living alone, this can be even more profound. Society's focus often shifts to younger generations, and those aging alone can feel as though they're fading into the background, becoming invisible in a world that's focused on youth and productivity. Difficulties in maintaining a social life are common. Meeting people, attending gatherings, or even going for a walk requires effort. When living alone, there's no one to encourage you to go out, no one to accompany you to events. It can feel easier to stay in, but this isolation can worsen loneliness, creating a vicious cycle that's hard to break. Today's world is more connected than ever. But for those aging alone, technology can feel like an insurmountable barrier. Everything from paying bills to staying in touch requires a level of tech savviness. When there's no one to help troubleshoot or teach, technology can become another reminder of how isolated you are. Emergencies don't stop happening just because we're older, whether it's a burst pipe, a broken appliance, or a power outage. Handling these situations alone is challenging. There's no one to lend a hand, no one to share the stress, which can make these moments feel even more overwhelming. Lastly, the toughest reality for those living alone is facing the end of life in solitude. It's a difficult topic, but many older adults grapple with the fear of passing alone or without close family nearby. It's a heavy thought, but it's one that many aging adults confront, often in silence. Living alone in older age is not for the faint of heart. It takes courage, resilience, and a level of self-acceptance to manage the ups and downs. Each of these challenges reveals a truth about the aging experience, one that society often glosses over. But while solitude in later years can be daunting, it's not all bleak. With a strong sense of self, a few supportive connections, and practical strategies, many older adults find ways to maintain their dignity, stay engaged, and continue carving out fulfilling lives. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Together we can build a community that respects and supports all phases of life.